Alright guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Antlered Pursuit TV. You know, if you guys saw Ben's wall of bear kills here in the past episodes, one or two ago, I'm not sure which one this will be. But, you know, we're here just telling bear stories. We're here talking about bear camp, talking about a whole bunch of scary bear stories, all kind of, you know, crazy cool ventures and stories that I recommend you guys sharing with people if you guys had the same situation that Ben and I have had, you know, and want to relay that to your kids or whatever. I strongly encourage that, because you can't really take those things back once you have those memories stored up. People hear crazy stuff and you should be able to share it, because that's what the whole hunting field is about. It's about sharing your experiences with people so they can share them with the rest of the world, man. It's like, hunting is the coolest thing ever because it's so family oriented. But we're here telling some stories, so if you guys enjoy this, if you guys do want to hear more about this stuff, maybe deer hunting stories or whatever, stay tuned and or subscribe. We have some videos coming out every week. But you know, again, we're here in we're here in Ben's little cave here telling some stories, so stay tuned. Alright, well, the first story I'm going to tell you guys is something that it was the day that it was the third day of bear hunting, I think it was. When Ben and I were up in Antlered, Quebec, we were having a week trip of pretty much bear hunting. Nothing other than that. We were, you know, shooting bears, having a good time. We weren't shooting bears, but we were shooting at bear. Each person one bear, but you know, people had some crazy stories other than us. And before I get too farther into it, I'm going to talk about, you know, the setup of what we were hunting. So bear in mind, when you're out in Canada, you're out in the middle of nowhere. You're out we're like 100 miles from civilization, kind of to like a slight town. We're like a couple hours away. So, and in that area, you have tons and tons of woods, fields. You know, not necessarily fields, but like rows of trees and it's vast. It's super thick. We're hunting stuff that's like you can walk in 5 feet and get lost. You won't be able to find the trail that you're on. So bear in mind, totally secluded hunting ground that we're at. And you know, we have about 10 guys. You know, each person, you know, is on their own stand. And the stands that we're hunting on, this is a baited stand. Up in Canada, you're allowed to bait for bears. I don't know if the whole state is, but definitely different counties or different sections of the whole entire, I guess it would be country, I'm not sure, but state or, but yeah, again, so where we were hunting, baiting is completely legal. Bear that in mind. And the stands we were hunting on, some stands, the situations, you know, depending, some of them are box stands, but most of the stands we were hunting were only 6-foot stands, and they're made out of wood. I mean, totally basic. Like a guy with a handsaw can build them in a box of nails. I mean, it's totally so simple. Imagine like a 6-foot platform up in the air, no boxes around you. You might have a railing to put your gun at if you have a gun, but the ladder that's back there is just a ladder to go up to your stand. There's nothing around you. You're only 6 feet off the ground, and your bait is 10 yards from you. And you possibly have a 600-pound black bear. I mean, that's a monster up there, but they are 600-pounders up there. So we have bears that come around you, sniffing the bear. But I mean, you know you're there. You're only feet from these bears, right? Totally tight with these bears. And one of the stories I want to tell you guys is of this guy that, you know, pretty much, let's say day 2 or day 3, one of these guys ended up seeing one of these monster bears at this spot that he wasn't able to really get a good shot at for multiple reasons, but it came down to that bear outsmarted the dude. So he ended up shooting almost a 400-pounder, but he's like, dude, that bear wasn't even close to the next bear that I saw, and it wasn't even going to get a shot at. So essentially, there's a monster bear that this guy wasn't able to get a shot at because he outsmarted and he did different things. So the next night, he's like, hey, dude. I don't want to mention any names, but you know, he recommended and told this guy, hey, you need to come over and shoot this bear. You know, this bear is smart, and I know you have experience. I know you're going to be able to have the capability. If anybody can do this, it could be you. So he's up for it. I mean, this guy only wants to shoot a giant bear. He shot a 550-pound bear the year before. And that is a freaking tank, okay? This guy doesn't shoot small bear anymore. I mean, he's matter of fact, that last year, he ended up hitting one that was even bigger than that. His arrow hit the front shoulder. He wasn't aiming for that. The bear stepped into the arrow and ended up pretty much not finding that bear. But essentially, this guy knows what he's talking about. So he's at this spot. He's at this stand. Bear in mind, you're only 6 feet off the ground, and you have a little chair right. There's nothing around you. You got ladders. You got no enclosure on you. This guy's sitting in the chair, doing his thing, waiting, completely still. All of a sudden, he sees this big mama pop out. The big bear, the big mama they're talking about. I mean, talking about it. They say it's about 450 pounds, okay? Which, it's hard to tell, but this guy, we're going to believe him because he's had some experience, and I guess he knows what he's talking about. So he's hunting, right? Sees this bear pop out, he has to be still, though, because that bear, as soon as he pops out, he's staring at the dude. I mean, the bear comes out into the open a little bit and stares right at this dude. I mean, dead on the eyes. And that's the thing with bear. They'll stare you down. And most things in Canada, if they're stared at by a bear, they will turn away. And then that's sort of a natural instinct up in Canada. When bears look at you, you turn away. So bears are used to things turning away. Now, if you stare a bear directly in the eyes, they get the idea, okay, this thing's bigger than me. Nothing stares me down. I guess I'm out of here. It comes down to that. Bears aren't usually used to being stared down by somebody. Not saying this guy was staring him down, but essentially this guy was seeing this bear come in, staring at him. He didn't look at him. Bear decides to come to the bait barrel, right? Sniffing up the bait barrel, sniffing up the bait, and totally outsmarting this dude by one of two things. A, he stayed behind the barrel. Literally, when this guy, so like the position this hunter was at, and the barrel was only about 10 yards. I mean, he's up a little bit, aiming out of the barrel. We're only about 10 yards from this bear. This bear goes to the food and stays right behind him. Imagine this is the barrel. This bear would go, duck from the dude. So he couldn't get a shot, and all of a sudden he would pop his head up, grab bait, go behind the barrel and eat. Totally hide himself. A 400-pound bear hiding himself behind a little 50-gallon drum. That's like, it's kind of hard, but the bear is totally surrounded, but the vitals are secluded. This bear knows what he's doing. He's seen these things happen. He knows. Everyone's saying this bear needs to be shot because he's not afraid to do something to somebody. So this bear is very aggressive. And again, these bears know you're there. They're very smart, okay? Especially this bear. So he's doing this. He's finagling this guy, totally messing with this dude, right? And all of a sudden, this guy, he's trying to get his bow. He's trying to get the crossbow up. Using a crossbow, loaned his .222 to somebody else, or 25-06. I forget what. I think it was a bigger gun. I don't know. Loaned that one. So he already has a crossbow. He's an older fella, and all of a sudden, he's trying to get the crossbow on the shoulder thing, on the rail, and he lifts his crossbow very, very quietly, but the bear is smart, okay? Think of a 400-something pound bear. He's going to be standing over 6 foot tall. Clear as day. A freaking 300-pounder is almost 6 feet tall on his, right, Ben? It's like, from feet to head, it's like over 6 feet for a 300. It's big. And we're talking a 450-pounder, right? This bear comes up to the dude. From the bait, all of a sudden, comes right up to the guy that has the cross, the hunter. And literally stands up, feet from, probably, I'm not going to say rely, I don't know exact distance, but through what he was saying, I bet you it's no more than 10 feet. The barrel is 10 yards, this bear is 10 feet. Stands up, and with a big bear like that, right next to you, this bear stands up and comes to eye level with his hunter and stares him right down. Stands up on 2 feet, stares him down, and they, I guess a split second, make eye contact. We're like eyes 2 feet left. We're up 6 feet, and then we're sitting on a chair. This bear stands up, stares right at the dude, knows he's whatever he is, jumps back down, or doesn't jump, but he falls back to the ground, circles behind the guy, and goes, hoo, 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 hoo. creeping the dude out, right? And this has some big experiences, and I wouldn't say he's shaking, but when he's telling the story, he's definitely adrenalized. And he's like, dude, I don't know where that came from. The bear, he's like, and this is another thing. They say the bear will actually come up on the ladder sometimes and smell you, but they won't. And he's like, do not turn around. Never turn around. I'm like, dude, what if the bear is like on the ladder? He's like, don't turn around. What if the bear is like 450 pounds? Don't turn around. I'm like, all right, well, this guy never turned around. Till this day, he doesn't know exactly where the bear is. He couldn't see the bear. He knew it was beside him, and he knew the bear went behind him. The bear was going, oh, oh, oh. I mean, I bet you money if that guy walked down from the stand and stared the bear down, the bear would have attacked him. The bear was not afraid of humans. Not saying it's a territory, but the boar, it was a boar, and it was very territorial or very non-afraid of that person. I don't know the exact situation of the bear with him. You don't know wild game, but he could have very easily done something if he wanted to. So keep that in mind. That bear right up on a dude like that, I would have been crapping my pants, let me tell you, for the first the bear's freaking 3 times the size of me, man. So it's a little spooky, right? You know, I've taught, man, that's crazy, a whole bunch of stories. But you know, there's stories of, you know, bears come up to people. I mean, I was saying that the bears would sniff people's backs, right? And that's what happens. The bears will literally come up and sniff your backs, you know, and it freaks you out a little bit. I wanted to share some stories with you guys today. We don't have tons and tons of stories, but these are the bear stories that I know of. Ben has a couple. He probably is willing to tell you guys sometimes if you guys want to follow him. His URL is down in the description to his Instagram page if you want to check that out. He's an awesome bear hunter, an awesome dude, and he's got some cool stuff to tell you. So if you want to check that out, he's got some stuff coming. So. Yeah, with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this stuff, do want to see some more Antlered Pursuit TV clippets, my channel, as always, my channel is always available to anybody that wants to watch it. We have playlists, hunting, fishing, trapping, storytelling, Christian-related playlists, motivational speaking type stuff. So. Always welcome to anybody that wants to see it, and I will see you guys next time on Antlered Pursuit TV. Sign off, and have a great one.